I want to have a completely fresh start in my plant room because we bought a flat in London and we're moving. And before I start packing up and the chaos rules in my little 4 walls here, I thought I'm going to show you a full houseplant tour before the chaos reigns. Hi, I'm Lisa. If you're new here, I share everything about houseplant care, pond and semi-hydro. Plus, I'm going to share my journey, how I'm going to move 200 houseplants nearly into my new home in London. And the first thing which is going to change in my collection is I have sold my Ikea greenhouse cabinet. It was a tough decision, but he has seen some years and I want to start over. I want to, don't DIY it in a bad way, but I want to do it properly this time. I sold it and it's going to be picked up tomorrow, and we're going to take all of the plants out today and going to give it a little clean and get it ready for it to be picked up. I mean, already a lot in my collection has changed over the last few weeks. I have removed already all of my disco balls. First because I'm preparing to move and it was so hot in this flat that the plastic melted and they warped together, and I had to remove them and put them somewhere safe. Those are all into there, my disco balls. I have lots. I do love sparkle. But they definitely will be coming with me into the new place. And I have given away and sold a couple of plants which I fell out in love with, or I had multiple of. And just a reminder, it is okay to fall out in love with your houseplant. It is completely normal and it's okay to give them away or to sell them. So it's less plants, but it's still a lot of plants. And I'm going to have a full houseplant room, which I'm very excited, / official office, but a full houseplant room. According to me, to my other half, it's an office. Some of you may not know, but I am currently renting from a private landlord. And when you rent in the UK, I don't know if it's for all of the flats, but definitely in cities that most of your flats are coming completely furnished from, chairs, kitchen, bedroom mattress, which is gross. And you cannot change anything, and it's very difficult to own your own furniture if you're renting. How you see my collection is what I had to work with in this flat. Basically, this is the area which the sun is coming from southwest, and there is a lot of sunlight, probably in like an hour's time. I just removed all the cardboard boxes for that video, but yeah, so those are some of my plants, which, the first one is the Alocasias, which hasn't grown yet. It's been months. I don't think it will. No idea why. Maybe it was too hot. What else we have here? We have my cacti, which, oh my god, this one is so heavy. This one, which I forgot the name, but I got this from my lovely friend, Sarah, the plant rescuer. I went to her house one day and she told me I can take any plant I want. Now what's that? This one. It was an adventure to bring it home on the train, but I did it and I'm very, very glad that I did because it is so beautiful. I do love my cacti very much. Then we have my very big Euphorbia variegata, which I have swapped in whole at another plant swap, and I love this plant so much. I have a mammillaria. I will put a picture here because it had root rot and it's currently re-rooting in pond. So I don't want to move it too much because last time it fell on me and I had spikes all over my arm. Since then, I am very scared to handle this plant. Another one which I really, really love is my variegated Anthurium vitarifolium, which I have bought at the Houseplant Festival in Malvern from Grow Tropicals. It has so many little babies growing in there, which I will be separating very soon. And we'll put them onto our Another Plant Swap Discord. So if you potentially want one of those ones, you should join our Another Plant Swap Discord. Then we have my super cute rat tail cactus, which has lots of new growth here. I think it was a bit too hot for him as well, and it got a bit burned. Then we have one Syngonium here, which is the Syngonium, let me think, Ormnoke, which I got from Eastern Tropicals from a lovely Sarah, I think a couple of years back. It's a very beautiful pink red Syngonium. This one was one of my first houseplants I have bought in London. So the first time when I went out and bought houseplants, I promised to only buy, I think, 2 plants, and I came home with way more. This was one of them, which was a string of pearls. I have completely chopped it up because it was so tangled and I got very overwhelmed with it, and they always regrow so fast. It's one of my oldest plants I own. Then we have my red moon, which I am currently air layering. You can see that here. There is one yellow leaf because it did have some thrips as well, and I have treated it. It is an absolute beautiful plant, which I don't know if you can see that on here with the light, but the leaves come out, like the green part comes out like yellow, really, really bright yellow, turns into green, and all the darker parts come out fire red. And it's really beautiful. I have this one for years and I never cut it. This one will get a complete chop before I move, and then will be in my prop box. Then we have some Syngonium cuttings, which is the Syngonium, let me think, that's the T24, which is so beautiful as well. Which this is a new leaf, just like slight pink variegation, and then turns into this. And here are a lot of other little cuttings. One of them is a variegated Plomanii cutting, which I think, yes, is the new leaf is growing there. This was my Thai lipstick plant I have bought from Houseplant, which, you know, the whole plant died and I tried to rescue it, like not a single plant. Well, no, I have this one still. Not a single plant survived and not a single cutting so far. So it was very disappointing, and I don't think I will ever order from that shop again. Very bad customer service, and yeah, just bad, very bad. Then I have in here a cutting as well of my it's my Monstera mint, a cutting of my Monstera mint, which has reverted. I didn't know that I could do that, but here we are. So those are all cuttings, so that's why like the oldest leaf slowly start to die off. You know, there is another cutting of my Plomanii. I took lots of cuttings from this plant because I love this plant so much, and I show you the mother plant in a bit. And I really want to share it with everyone because this plant is so absolutely beautiful. Then on the top I have a variegated string of hearts, not string of pearls. I cannot keep string of pearls alive, which, you know, has suffered a little bit from the heat wave. Because it's high up on my shelf, I forgot to water it. It is always bouncing back, and I cannot wait for it to be like growing and be long and then tangled all over again. So this is my mini Ikea cabinet where I have my cartel down plants in there. Some of them died, but most of them still look pretty good considering. I do have some water ready as well because I'm pretty sure I need to water some of them. So this one here is the Dark Phoenix. It is growing a new leaf. which is good. We have some yellowing. There is no water in it. So let's just add this a little bit. I think it will be fine. I'm a little bit worried when we move that they will completely decline because they've just been traveling for a bit. You know, even you think they are fine, then, you know, you move and you change the environment in a short amount of time, they can just die on you. This one is the Bigfoot red spider, which has growing a new leaf here. The oldest one, not the oldest one, the one before has a very weird variegation, if you can see that. I have repotted most of them into the Houseplant, and I will just add a little bit of water. This one is my Anthurium Velvet Mask X Bigfoot, which, you know, they don't look the greatest. There is a new one growing though, but this leaf is gone, this one is gone. I do expect all the other leaves to be gone as well. But something is growing, which is amazing. So this is all going to be just a quick run through of every single houseplant I own. Okay, this one is the Anthurium Modernum XRVDP, which is this absolute beauty, which I think it's on its way out. They have sent me a replacement shipment, which is on its way now. So hopefully that will arrive before I actually move place. But here a new leaf is coming. Here we do have, what is it? Anthurium Goliath X Indo Potale, which looks like this. Which is in moss and some pon at the bottom. So I just topped this up as well. Those are the plants which survived. The other ones obviously didn't. No, I have one in the cabinet, which I will show you later on. And I'm sorry if you can hear that background noise because they are still doing works. They have started doing construction works in November. It is currently July, which was supposed to last for 4 weeks. They're still doing it. So there is daily drilling noise for the past couple of months. Right, so this was my first acre bar. And yes, they all need to have a dust, but currently with the construction work in this place, it is impossible. I will dust them and clean them, and the next day, not even an hour later, they're going to be full of dust due to whatever work they are doing there. Then hidden behind my TV, but facing the window, we have my Anthurium green ace of spades, which I don't think it's a true ace of spades, but that's what it was sold for. It has this new leaf, and there is a new shoot growing. I don't think you can see that. Can you see that? Right here, which is in pon, but it's a coarse pon from Soil Ninja. And Anthurium just love coarse pon. All of those plants are going to come with me. I don't think I will get rid of more plants, I think, but we never know. My Hoya, this heart-shaped Hoya, which a friend got me in November with my name, a pot with my name in it, which needs some water too. I think most of them needs water. I was working the last few days. So we had my area here with the cabinet, and then we're going through all of those plants here and then into that cabinet. I don't know where my camera stopped, but we have this one, which I have cut back because I didn't like the way it was growing. And this one is a Philodendron fussy petroil, which has like quite spiky stem and a bit of like a fuzzy, velvety leaf. So I cannot wait to put this on the moss pole soon to see how big I can get it. Next up are my Caladiums, which, you know, I have grown Caladiums back during lockdown time, and I loved them. I loved them so much, but I don't know, this year Just look how long the stem is compared to the tiny, tiny leaves. I mean, yeah. I don't know. What is this? This is so tiny. Maybe they will grow a bit bigger. I don't know. And less long stemmy, because what is this? The other caladium is the Autumn Beauty, which as well has a super long stem. And with this one, which the leaves are a little bit bigger, but like this, but not what I thought it would be. And they have lots of tiny, tiny baby leaves. And I thought by mid-July that would be absolutely beautiful and big and majestic. Not yet. The same with the third one, which is the Seafoam Pink. Very cute variegation. Yeah, this one got stuck, but very tiny leaves. Some of my plants you've seen in the previous Syngonium video. So here we have the Syngonium Pink Splash. This is my Pink Splash, which you've seen in the video beforehand. It's very cute in my terracotta pot with a cactus on it. And this one is my Syngonium Pink Spot, which has pink leaves. You can see it on this one better. Pink on pink variegation. We have some more cuttings, which is the Syngonium Albo we took last week together, and some milk confetti Syngoniums. Syngonium confetti, which has like confetti sprinkles, whereas this leaf, you can see that pink and a light green. The confetti tricolor has more of a dark green, pink green mix variegation. This is like such a beautiful Syngonium. I have to keep turning the camera on and off because I removed the cardboard boxes and it's getting too hot and my camera is just overheating and I need to stop, let it cool down and keep filming. Let's move on to the section behind me. One of my plants I have shown so many times, my strawberry shake. Currently a new leaf growing here, nearly outgrown its moss pole. So I've showed this a couple of times and it's still absolutely beautiful. How I have my setup here is I have my houseplants on a TV stand with some wheels on it. So I basically can just move it along because I don't have any blackout curtains or blinds. I put it up to my window, so it's like kind of blocks the view to inside the flat. So it's like my green curtain. So not everyone can look into my flat because I do live currently on a pedestrian street. From right to left, which is my variegated biliate, which I have bought for so much money. It is a very slow grower. I have it for a couple of years now. I have moved it to a moss and leca setup just because it was in soil before and it was very slow growing. So I thought I'm going to try this and see how it goes. We have another of my strappy Anthuriums. This is the Wendelingii. It was in one of my disco balls. I'm just checking if it has thrips. Last year it did have some thrips. Let me just remove that yellow leaf. Bye. Oh my god, this noise is so annoying. I'm very sorry. This is one of the reasons we wanted to move out, because this noise is going on since mid-November. And we weren't notified. They just turned up at our door and our landlord did not tell us that there were any works, which was even more annoying. So let's just move on to the next plant. This one is my beautiful Tradescantia. I don't know which one. It is in that face pot, which I got in Cabo Verde. And it looks like a little bit like it's getting hair. And because it's white or light cream variegated, I moved it away from the window. We have my Syngonium T25, which is so pretty, dark green, white variegation. We have my Anthurium I got from Gemma. So this one is the newest leaf. It's a puppy Guanayala, which has super, super dark leaves. The newest one is absolutely stunning. In pond with some moss at the top and at the bottom, but no self-watering, and it's doing well. This one is the Anthurium Michelle, which I won at the Dr. Block event, which was signed by Michelle and Dr. Block, the real Michelle. So it has given me this leaf straight after I got it. So this is all like travel damage. I cannot wait to see it grow big and strong. Of course, we have my Anthurium King of Spades. This is the newest leaf hardening, and this one was the previous one. So you can see how roughly the size is going to be when it's, well, yeah, when it's hardened up. It is as well in pon, lechuza pon, just with some moss at the bottom so the pon doesn't fall out. So we have my Syngonium red spot tricolor here. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you the big boy plants. First up, we have my Perennium Snow Green. It is absolutely beautiful. There's the new leaf coming here. I just did a chop and extend last week. I absolutely love pothos plants. They're so easy to take care, and they're so, like, you can leave them trailing or you can put them on a moss pole and then they get ginormous. They are very slow in the beginning to size up. They're worth the wait. I mean, look at, look at those beautiful leaves. So this one is my Piper Sylvianum elbow. So it's variegated. It is a terrarium plant. I am planning to do Ikea greenhouse cabinet terrarium for the new flat. Yeah, this one is absolutely stunning. But let me show you the biggest plant I own, which is obviously Rosé. He's a beast. That's the only way I can say he's an absolute beast. Okay. This is my Rosé. Jorge. Crouch down so you guys can even see that. Those leaves are so big. And he is heavy. I am quite scared to move him. I hope he doesn't throw a fit. I think he's going to be a pretty nice statement piece in the living room. I mean, he is a statement piece. I mean, this is Rosé. So my whole collection needs to be placed around him because he's just so big. And normally he's the first onto the TV shelf, and then I just place all of the other plants around him. So this one is my, well, TV shelf area, which is my curtain, and I'll move you back into this area there. You've been probably wondering why I wear different clothes. It's because my microphone gave up and I have to refilm this. It is already super crowded here because I sold my Ikea cabinet, so all of the plants are just like scattered. Let's keep going with this area, and some plants you probably already seen before is the variegated Christmas cactus. I don't actually know if it's a Christmas or a Thanksgiving cactus, but it's absolutely pretty. It has grown so much. It's so long now. And then we have the non-variegated version, which is this one, which, to be fair, last time I showed you, it was super, super sun-stressed, which you can see now that it's not as purple anymore. It's just reverted back to green, which is good. Then we have a very, very special plant for me. So this one is a Ficus elastica. I think it's the ruby You can see here it has like red ruby variegation. This one my dad bought for me at Portobello Market the first time he came visit, which for him taking a plane was a big deal at the time because he never flown by himself before. So yeah, this is nicely grown. So I had it in my bedroom, which didn't get any direct light, and all of this bit from here, it's all just this year's growth. And those are a couple of years growth, this bit. Light is the key for fast growing for most of the plants, but specifically ficus. I do have another ficus, you probably can see it here. This one is my Ficus Shriveriana Moonshine. I have swapped this years ago. This used to be a one-leaf cutting when I received it in a swap. And it has grown so much. It is so tall. It's in semi-hydro. This ficus is thirstier than I would have expected, but it's quite a thirsty plant. And yeah, it is super pretty. It gave me a, I don't know, can you see that? It gave me a half moon leaf recently. So here, it's the newest one. Then one Anthurium you have seen a few times is my Anthurium Super Silver with some old pest damage and heat damage because it's a velvety Anthurium that don't like too much direct sunlight. It is hanging in there, but I'm sure it's going to recover very nicely. Then I want to show you one little stump I might need your advice on, which is the Sarah X Michelle. So I don't know if you guys can see that. There is still like green parts on there, but it hasn't grown for like a year. This is it. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about it. Should I chop it up? Should I just wait? My beautiful big variegated Plumanii, which I completely chopped up and propagated. So it is currently re-rooting, hence I have like a plastic over it. I got some moss laying around the stem. Hopefully the stem will root into the moss. And then I want to chop her up. But I chopped all of her leaves up. Alocasia Jacqueline, she gave me that biggest leaf so far. Compared to the old one, it's quite a size up. This one is in a normal soil mix with a little bit of coarse pond at the bottom, just so it's always, I try always to keep it a little bit moist, so I don't think it should fully dry out. Then here we have one of my Monsteras. It's the Monstera Adansonii Indonesian marble. I have chopped and extended it recently, and I gave away the top cuttings, and I need to extend it very, very soon, but it's absolutely beautiful. The leaves are sizing up wonderfully. This one is my Epipremnum Cebu Blue, which is so special to me because as most of my plants, I have grown them from like 1 or 2 leaf cuttings, and to see that it's so beautifully completely fenestrated and that long makes me very, very proud plant parent. The moss pole needs some extending as well. It reached the end of its moss pole and it never gave me pests ever. One of the only plants which never had a single pest. I do have a few more plants before we are moving on to my cacti. We have another Syngonium. Opa, what are you doing? Which is the Syngonium Grey Ghost. It's weirdly curling inwards, which probably means it's thirsty. It has those stunning green leaves with some like light to dark green and some pink variegation in it. I definitely need to do a good water tonight. Then we have another Alocasia, which I don't even know which Alocasia it is, which gives me a new leaf there. This is one which is in the other Acaba cabinet, the small Ikea cabinet, and I always forget to water those ones. I left the door open now on purpose, so I am watering them during summertime. Then we have one Hoya, which is the Hoya Cacti. It has grown beautifully. I'm still not a big Hoya fan, but I'm still having that. I don't mind this one. It doesn't give me any issues. Well, mostly I really want to taste one of the Hoya flowers. Fun fact, did you know that you can eat some of the begonia flowers? I use them in pastry as crest decoration, especially the pink blooms, all the time just to decorate it on the plate. That tastes like sour apple. Yeah, this is another Hoya. Same for, I don't even know which Hoya this is. It's same as well. I just keep it because I want to taste the Hoya nectar, which is supposed to be tasting like treacle. So that's going to be an interesting one. Hopefully one day I will have one single flower on those. By the way, I have some of those takeaway container terrariums. This is a Cebu blue, and this plant are the same, and it's insane of the size difference. Obviously, those ones are not put on a moss pole. They're in a little takeaway container, but this and this is the same plant. Literally the same plant. I took a cutting and put it on the moss pole. Then off to my cacti. I don't know. Do you like cacti? Let me know. Like, I absolutely love cacti. I don't know. They are so fuss-free. I did not have any mealybugs yet. One day I probably will. This variegated, this prickly pear cactus, I just cut it up this year to multiply it. Fun fact, I actually took this from my boyfriend's neighbor. I did ask a cutting from his garden. He has such beautiful, beautiful cacti. And then I brought it back from Portugal. Was I allowed to bring it back on the plane? No. Did anyone check? Not really. I think they only check if you have any soil or moss, or if it's just like a cutting wrapped in like a tissue paper. I don't think they really mind. Don't do it. If it's not any advice, but I did it and nobody checked it. And here it is. The non-variegated version, which is a bit bigger, which I cut up as well recently, hopefully to get it beautifully multiplied. My idea for my balcony is I want to put the cacti out in summer and do it a little bit like Mediterranean cacti themed. Then we have this one, which is an Euphorbia. I probably pronounced those so wrong. This one I got at another plant swap in Edinburgh. And I swapped it with a lovely lady, which name was Cat, back in 2023. It has not grown much, but I do think that I need to change that mini pot so it will grow a little bit bigger. Then we have my Geometricus, which has this new ball growing, or it's grown. However, this one is super soft and I can press it in, which I'm a bit worried if it's under or over watering, because it's quite new, so I only watered it once. I'm very, very happy that I have it. Yay! And do you all remember my Pace podium? This is what's left. I feel like this year was not the perfect plant year for me, because I don't know what went wrong. And then we have this one, which is some random cactus I picked up, which I don't know the name of. After a few years, it finally has started growing, because I had it for like 2 years. So then we have a Strapelia, which I adopted from my best friend Karine. It has grown so much. So she moved to Japan. She left me, yes, lots of new growth. You can see this bit here. Hopefully it will have a bloom at some point, because they're supposed to be very smelly and alien look like. I have a very special cactus, which I got from Curious Cacti. It is a black cactus. It is black. It's super, super interesting. It gave me a bloom once. It had like a pink, like a really nice soft pink bloom. Then we have a blue cactus. Please, I don't know the name of it. I got it for like £2 on one of the shows in the reduction area. and it has grown nicely. All of this is this year's growth. This one, this very, very spiky one, it has grown a lot as well. You see all this bit where the spikes are a lot less thick. This is all this year, and that's Trichosarius Amalia Vinery. I don't know what kind of blooms they have. He hasn't bloomed for me yet, but hopefully one day. I had to band-aid him up because he was just too long and he just gave up. Band-aided cactus. You see, all of this is this year's growth, which is insane. Such a fast grower. I think I just need to pot him up in a bigger pot. And this one is the same one. Is it Trichosarius? I literally cannot even read the label anymore. It's a very old cactus. I got this one from Mint Plants a couple of years back. Those were the remaining plants in my outside area. I have a couple of more plants in my bedroom area. That's normally the room where I quarantine all sick or infested plants. Currently there is my Maranta, because Maranta was the patient zero for the thrips. And there is some Philodendron pink princesses and some Syngoniums. So there's the Syngonium albo and a Syngonium confetti tricolor in there. And another ficus I need to sort out very soon. But yeah, let's get back to the normal video. So this is my trusty Ikea cabinet for the past 6 years. I'm going to be very honest about it. I am very sad that I let it go, but I have very good plans what to do. Let's get all the plants out of there. And to pack them, I will put them in a clear container. All of the ones, the smaller ones, I can fit in there. Close it and just leave it on the side. The bigger plants, as my Anthuriums, you can see at the bottom, they will be just outside. I left the door open for the last few days just so, you know, the plants getting used to being out of this environment. I'm going to do that very heavily hearted, but it has to be done. Let's start with the big plants. To be fair, they all need a watering there. So this one is my Regarden pup. Looks like this, absolutely gorgeous. We have my HU Luxurians. This is the newest leaf. It's so dark and so pretty. Then we have my Magnificent X something. And of course, my red Crystallinum X Luxurian, which lost 2 leaves due to root rot. I took her out of the self-watering. I put some cling film and some moss over it so new roots can regrow. I'm lightly concerned how she will cope with being out of the cabinet and moving. We still have 2 very beautiful leaves. First one, which is going to be put in there, is another variegated Plumanii cutting, red stick, which is slowly growing from 3 nodes. Then my variegated Calathea mosaic. It has some yellow leaves because I did not water it with rainwater. I watered it with tap water once because I didn't thought about it, and it threw me a complete hissy fit, but it's fine. Then we have another version of a Papillinum with a new leaf growing here. Some very dry Kala X stock block. One of my mini Vandas, Alocasia nobilis pink, which gave me a new leaf, but then the oldest leaf died off. Off in the clear box you go. My last cartel down plant, which is so beautiful. Look at this velvet leaf and dark. It's the RVSP X Ace of Spades, the same as those 2 ones. This is the variegated little seedling, which we put it up together from one of my previous videos, and this is a different seedling. I think this is a Dark Phoenix Michelle. And then we have one Anthurium Goliath which I'm not sure if you can see that, but there is a new sprout coming on the side. This is Forgetii X crystallinum, which is a stump as well, but with a new shoot coming. So here we have a baby Alocasia Jacqueline. The other part of my Monstera mint, which I completely chopped up because it was reverted. So we are just waiting for a new shoot to come somewhere, but I cannot see any new shoot yet. Then we have another strawberry shake, which is so beautiful. You guys see, I love my strawberry shakes. And my Anthurium Baseae AFF, which, you know, in the cabinet has grown me a second leaf ever. So I'm assuming it really likes the humidity. It already looks so empty. Here's the temperature, currently 31 degrees and 45% humidity. My Anthurium Big Bill, which has another mushroom growing, which is insane. Look at this. Why are there so many mushrooms? Big boy. So this one is my OG golden pothos. Look how pretty it is. I hope it's going to be trailing along somewhere in the new place. And this one has a very special story behind it, because before Brexit, my grandma gave me a cutting of this. And, you know, I have grown this one. Her plant died a few years later and I could not bring a cutting back. Or I did not have the guts to do it at the time. But now, you know, she has passed away last year, and that's what I still have. So I will cherish this plant forever. It is very ordinary, but beautiful, easy care plant. This makes me a bit sad. This was it, my first and full houseplant tour in this flat. It's not like the next few videos will be in a different flat. There's still a few weeks to go, I assume so, but maybe not. So you just be expected to see a little bit chaos in the background. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know, what are your ideas? What ideas can I bring into my plant room? I'm very, very curious, because I have so many ideas in my head, but I cannot choose one yet. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Do you have a plant room? And yes, how does it look like? If you want to follow along this journey of, you know, me moving into a new place and the whole process of it and how I'm going to move my plants. And of course, if you want to learn more about pon and semi-hydro, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. And yeah, let's talk in the comments. And I see you next week. Bye!